Chicago.
Yeah, I follow you.
Oh,
So
you follow
I'm so
me.
glad to see you in Hong Kong. I can't believe this.
Yes, I'm in Hong Kong. What's your name?
My name is Sandy.
Sandy. What do you do?
I'm a jeweler.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
good to know. So we'll go to your tour shop to take a look.
Okay, thank you.
Nice
I
to
love
meet you.
your content. It's so positive.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Bye.
So
I mean it. I mean it.
So can you tell us a little bit how you started? How did you become a KOL?
It's like I always bump into women on the street, and they ask me where I purchased what I wear. So I thought it will be fun if I share it on Instagram. So that's how I start.
So it started out as like a fashion blog almost. And how did that turn into more of a age-related blog?
I don't know. I think it's when I get to 50 on my 50th birthday, because like many women, we've been very critical on ourselves. We're the worst critic of ourselves. We
Right.
always compare with the beauty standard, the social beauty standard. We think we're pretty, not pretty enough. By when the time when I turned 50, I said to myself, I said something clicked. I said, you know what? I'm just going to love myself unconditionally, because I have been criticized myself for my whole life, and I still being unhappy. And I'm just trying to love myself more each passing day and see what happens.
Wow.
And guess what? So it's like everything changes for a better.
Right. So how do you feel about exposing yourself on the internet, like showing your white hair, makeupless face? I find that so brave.
Today I don't have makeup, Sandy. I only have lipstick.
Yeah, so you know how you show your like spots, and how do you feel about how come you're so brave to do that?
Well, I think it's, a woman's body and face and our choices are constantly being policed or judged by society. It's just exhausting. And the challenge to me is the criticism and the judgment from the normal beauty standard. Yes, especially we both like come from Asian country. We know how harder it is, because those countries, Asian countries are really very obsessed with youth, with beauty.
Yes.
So that's the challenge facing the criticism and the judgment. But I have a strong sense of self-love and resilience. I feel blessed, because when I share what's those so-called imperfection on my social media, I reached out by so many women around the world, and they text me daily. They said, I can tell you how much I appreciate your post. And I was just going to color my hair, and I saw your post. Oh, I was going to continue to my Botox treatment, and I thought about it. I'm not here. I do want to explain. I'm not saying doing Botox or filler are bad. I'm just saying there is a choice. You could embrace your age, and you could embrace your natural face, but you still feel confident. So there's no judgmental. Feminism is all about free choices. Personally, I like to show the young girls you can flaunt your gray hair, your age spots, your wrinkles, and your shedding eyeshadows, but still feel confident.
It's amazing. Yeah, I found that amazing. Not a lot of women has that kind of courage to do that openly on social media. So you mentioned that you have a lot of criticism, and they mostly from other women, right? So why do you think is that?
Well, I actually did try to understand from their perspective, and I usually don't spend much energy on, their negative points, because at this stage of my life, I want to be surrounded by positive things. But I just, because there are so many women, they just stepped me up, and they saw that, they just come to defend on me. And I said, let me just take a look at what they're talking about. And I found most of the comment from women are actually from developed country in Asians.
In Asia.
Believe or not. So I guess because it's a male-dominated society, so they're totally brainwashed by that society, male-dominated society.
That's very unfortunate. Yeah, I see what you mean, because being in Asia, I do see that sometimes the titles from the newspaper or from magazines, like who and who has a frozen youth, they don't age anymore, you know, or somebody looks natural and they will say, oh my God, look at her, she just gave up on her life, and how could she look like that, and as if nobody's supposed to age. So I do feel that pressure. I think it's a lot in Asia, because that's maybe we're not as PC of a society as the US, so people do speak, you know, freely about these type of attitude. Yeah, so that adds a lot of pressure on us. How do you feel that we can be more supportive of women?
I think it's like you never know the battles people are facing, and let's speak about kindness, positivity, and support each other. And you know, it's just, we always talk about we want to be equal with men, but have you ever seen men tear down one another? They always lift one another. Right? So we should learn from men's page and support each other. If we want equality with men, let's start it from supporting and empower each woman, because there is enough shit out there for us as women we have to dealing with.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. Yeah.
I agree. It's not easy to be a woman, so we really need to support each other instead of, you know, being so judgmental. So being a jeweler, my last question for you is, what does jewelry mean for you?
Jewelry to me is always a self-expression form. It talks about a story, a heritage. It's not about craftsmanship. I like a well-crafted piece of jewelry. And also it's like a family heritage that I can pass on to generations.
Great. So yeah, so I want to show you some of our jewelry in the future when you come to Hong Kong again.
Yes, I love your design. It's very elegant and it's very precious. It's one of a kind. And I also want to let you know, like when you talk about be nice to each other, because we never know the people, what battles they're facing, like how we met unexpectedly on a busy street in Hong Kong. That day, I was totally drained, jet lag and everything. And you passed by just like a fresh, just like a beam of sunshine. You said, hi, are you from New York? I said, no, I'm from Chicago. You said, I know you. So it's totally lifted my mood. So a small gesture, we never know a small gesture can lift up somebody's day or a mood.
And Ting, I just want to say you're the most genuine person on the internet. That's why you're my inspiration. I think I want to tell people, like, you know, how all of this we met by chance, and it's not paid, you know, and every time I ask you, let's say, can you do a call, you're like, yeah, you jump on the call. And then when you knew that I had a business after, you know, in Hong Kong, an encounter, you tagged my company without asking for anything. So I feel you are really, you know, so kind, so supportive of other women's business as well, because you knew that after we met, I told you I have a business. So it's thank you so much. You are really a very supportive person. So
it's how we support each other.
You're I'm a big fan of yours. So thank you for this as well.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime. If I ever go to Hong Kong, we're going to have dim sum again.
Yes,
and
definitely.
It's a treat this time.
No. If you come to Hong Kong, it's my treat.